Ramadan never announces its departure loudly. It doesn't send a warning or pause for you to catch up. It simply begins to slip away quietly, almost unnoticed, like sand falling through your fingers. At the start, everything feels slow and full of promise. You tell yourself you have time. Time to fix your Arabic noon, Arabic meme, Arabic alif, Arabic scene. Time to open the Quran more often. Time to wake up for tahajjud. Time to leave sins behind. But now, as the days pass and the nights grow fewer, you start to feel something different, a subtle urgency in your chest. The realization begins to settle that Ramadan is not waiting for you. It is moving forward with or without your transformation. Every sunset now is not just the end of a fast, but the closing of a page you may never get back again. There is something deeply humbling about how quickly Ramadan fades. It reminds you of the temporary nature of everything in life. Just like moments of happiness, opportunities, and even life itself. Once they pass, they do not return. You begin to reflect on how many Ramadans you've already lived through. Some were filled with intention, others were lost in distractions. And now this Ramadan is following the same path toward its end. The question that quietly echoes in your heart is not how many days are left, but what have you truly done with the days that have already gone? Because those days are sealed now. Their deeds are written, their chances are over. As Ramadan slips away, it carries with it opportunities that cannot be recreated. The atmosphere of mercy, the multiplied rewards, the ease of Arabic in Arabic ba, Arabic alif, Arabic dala, Arabic ta. These are not ordinary days. These are days specially designed for your return to Allah. When Ramadan leaves, that special environment leaves with it. Yes, you can still pray, you can still make dua, but the intensity, the blessings, the open doors, those are unique to this time. That is why every remaining moment now feels heavier, more valid, more urgent. It's no longer about planning what you will do later. It's about acting now before the chance disappears completely. There is also a quiet regret that begins to grow as Ramadan nears its end. You start remembering the nights you could have prayed more, but chose comfort. The moments you could have remembered Allah, but chose distraction. The Quran that remained closed longer than it should have. These thoughts are not meant to break you, but they are meant to wake you up. Because even though some days are gone, not all is lost. The fact that you feel this regret is itself a mercy. It means your heart is still alive. It means you still care. And as long as you care, there is still hope to make the ending of this Ramadan better than its beginning. The speed at which Ramadan is passing is also a message about life itself. Just like these days, your life is also moving quickly. You may think you have years ahead, just like you thought Ramadan had many days left. But just as suddenly as Ramadan is nearing its end, your life too will reach a point where you look back and wonder where the time went. This is why the slipping of Ramadan is not just about the month ending. It is a reminder that your Arabic fa, Arabic rot, Arabic sada, Arabic ta, your chance to build your Arabic alif, mamduda, Arabic kak, Arabic rat, Arabic ta, is also limited. And the wise person is not the one who realizes this at the very end, but the one who acts while there is still time. Now the last days carry a different weight. They are not like the first ones filled with excitement and plans. They are heavier, more serious, more real. Because now it's not about what you intend to do. It's about what you actually do. These are the days where small efforts can mean everything. A sincere dua in the last third of the night. A moment of tears when no one is watching. A quiet act of charity. These may seem small, but in these final moments, they can define your entire Ramadan. Because it is often the ending that determines the value of the journey. And then comes the second realization. These last days are more valuable than the first. At the beginning of Ramadan, your energy is high. You are motivated, excited, ready to do more. But the true test is not how you start, it is how you finish. Anyone can begin with enthusiasm, but not everyone can maintain consistency or increase their efforts when fatigue sets in. That is why the last part of Ramadan holds a special status. It is the time when the strongest believers rise, not because they feel energetic, but because they understand the importance of what is at stake. In these final days, rewards are not just multiplied, they are magnified beyond imagination. Especially with the presence of Laylatul Qadr, a single night that is better than 1,000 months. Think about that for a moment. One night can outweigh a lifetime of Arabic heen, Arabic ba, Arabic alif, Arabic dala, Arabic ta. One sincere dua can change your destiny completely. This is why these last nights are not ordinary. They are opportunities hidden within darkness, waiting for those who are willing to seek them. While others may be slowing down, this is the time to push yourself even more, because what you gain now can surpass everything you did before. There is also a shift that happens in the last days, a shift from quantity to sincerity. At the start, you may focus on doing more Quran, more prayers, more acts. But in the end, it becomes about doing things with depth. A single heartfelt dua can be more powerful than hours of distracted worship. A moment of true connection with Allah can outweigh long Arabic keen, Arabic ba, Arabic kalif, Arabic dala, Arabic sa without presence. This is the time to slow down internally, even if you increase your actions externally. To focus on your heart, your intention, your sincerity. The last days also reveal your true priorities. When Arabic Rat, Arabic Meme, Arabic Dada, Arabic Leaf, Arabic Noon was long, it was easy to delay things. To say, I'll start tomorrow, or I still have time. But now there is no room for delay. What you choose to do now reflects what truly matters to you. Do you choose your phone or your prayer mat? Do you choose sleep or tahajjud? Do you choose comfort or effort? These choices may seem small, but they are deeply significant, because they show where your heart is leaning when time is almost gone. There is also a beauty in these final moments, a chance to rewrite your story. Even if your Ramadan started weak, it doesn't have to end that way. Allah does not judge you only by how you began, but also by how you finish. Someone who struggled in the beginning but rises in the end may achieve more than someone who started strong but became careless later. This is why you should never lose hope. As long as Ramadan has not ended, your opportunity is still alive. And perhaps the most powerful realization is this: these last days are a gift. Not everyone who started Ramadan has reached this point. Some have already returned to Allah. The fact that you are still here, still breathing, still able to pray, still able to make dua, this is not something to take lightly. It is a sign that Allah is giving you one more chance to seek forgiveness, one more chance to change. One more chance to change, one more chance to come closer to Him. So as Ramadan continues to slip away, and as these final days unfold, there is a quiet but urgent call within your heart. A call to wake up, to act, to not let this Arabic fa, Arabic rat, Arabic sada, Arabic tetmad buta pass like the others. Because once it is gone, and all that will remain is what you send forward for your Arabic alif mamduda, Arabic it, Arabic rat, Arabic ta. You don't know if this is your last Ramadan. And that thought carries a weight that is both heavy and deeply awakening. Every year, people begin Ramadan with plans, hopes, and intentions, just like you did. But not everyone who started this month has reached where you are now. Some were taken back to Allah before they could complete their fasts, before they could stand in the last nights, before they could ask for forgiveness one more time. And if you pause for a moment and truly let that sink in, it changes the way you see these remaining days. This is not just another Ramadan passing by. It could be the final chapter of your connection with this sacred month. The last time you feel this atmosphere, the last time you hear the Arabic alif, Arabic thala, Arabic kala, Arabic noon of Maghrib with the sweetness of a fast, the last time you stand in long nights hoping for mercy. There is something about uncertainty that shakes the heart in a way nothing else can. If you were told with certainty that you would live for many more Ramadans, you might relax, delay, and postpone your efforts. But the reality is, no one has that guarantee. Life does not come with promises of another chance. And this uncertainty is not meant to scare you in a negative way. It is meant to wake you up in the most real way possible. Because when you begin to live as if this could be your last Ramadan, your actions change, your priorities shift. You stop treating time casually. You begin to value moments in a way you never did before. If this truly were your last Ramadan, how would you behave differently? Would you still delay your prayers? Would you still scroll endlessly through your phone while precious minutes slip away? Would you still hesitate to open the Quran, thinking you can do it later? Or would you hold on to every moment like it's a treasure that cannot be replaced? This question is not just a thought exercise. It is a mirror. It shows you the gap between what you are doing and what you are capable of doing if you truly understood the value of what is in your hands. When a person knows something is about to end, they treat it differently. Imagine someone spending their last day with a loved one. They would not waste it in distraction. They would be present, attentive, and intentional. In the same way, if you truly believe this Ramadan might be your last, you would not let a single night pass without trying to connect with Allah. You would not let a single day end without asking for forgiveness. You would not allow yourself to remain distant when you have the opportunity to draw closer than ever before. There is also a deeper layer to this realization. It is not just about losing Ramadan. It is about what comes after. If this is your last Ramadan, then what you do now could define your akhirah. These prayers, these fasts, these du'as, they could be among the last deeds recorded for you. And what a powerful thing it would be to meet Allah with your final days filled with remembrance, repentance, and sincerity. But on the other hand, what a loss it would be to meet Him with regret, knowing you had the chance to change, but you chose not to. And yet, even with this heavy realization, there is mercy, because the fact that you are thinking about this now means you still have time to act. You still have nights ahead of you. You still have moments that can be filled with Arabic king, Arabic ba, Arabic alif, Arabic dala, Arabic ta. You still have the ability to turn things around. It is not too late unless Ramadan has already ended for you. And as long as it hasn't, every second is an opportunity to prepare yourself in the best way possible. To pray as if it's your last prayer. To make dua as if it's your last chance. To seek forgiveness as if you are standing at the edge of your life, hoping for one more moment of mercy. And then comes the realization that every second now is priceless. Not metaphorically, but in a very real sense. Because in these final days of Ramadan, time is no longer just time. It is multiplied reward. It is Arabic fa, Arabic rat, Arabic sada, Arabic tetmarbata. It is mercy being offered again and again. A single minute of sincere remembrance can carry more weight than hours outside of this month. A single act done with presence can outweigh countless actions done carelessly. This is what makes every passing moment so valuable. It is not just what you do, but when you do it. Think about how often time is wasted without even realizing it. Minutes turn into hours, and hours turn into days. You sit down for a moment of rest, and suddenly a large portion of your day is gone. And in normal circumstances, this might not feel like a big loss. But in the last days of Ramadan, it is different. Because now, every minute lost is a missed opportunity that cannot be recovered. Once it passes, it is gone forever. And the realization of this should not create panic, but awareness. A deep awareness that pushes you to become more intentional with how you spend your time. When you understand that every second is priceless, even small actions begin to feel significant. Saying Subhanallah is no longer just a habit, it is a moment of reward. Whispering a quiet dua becomes a powerful act of connection. Even sitting in silence, thinking about Allah carries weight. This is the beauty of these moments. You don't always need grand actions to benefit. You just need sincerity and awareness. And when those two are present, even the simplest acts become Arabic saying, Arabic tune, Arabic Farsi, Arabic meme in the sight of Allah. There is also a sense of urgency that comes with this realization. Not a stressful urgency, but a purposeful one. It pushes you to ask yourself, what am I doing right now? Right now. Is this moment bringing me closer to Allah or taking me further away? Because the truth is, you are always moving in one direction or the other. There is no neutral state. Every second is either being invested in your akhirah or being lost. And once you become aware of this, it becomes difficult to waste time the way you used to. At the same time, this understanding brings a sense of hope. Because if every second is valuable, then even the little time you have left can still make a huge difference. Even if you feel like you didn't do enough earlier in Ramadan, these final moments can still elevate you in ways you cannot imagine. A sincere night of worship can change everything. A heartfelt dua can open doors you never expected. A moment of true repentance can wipe away years of mistakes. This is the power hidden within these seconds. They may seem small, but their impact can be life-changing. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this is that Allah is the one who placed you in this time. He is the one who allowed you to witness these days. He is the one who gave you these seconds as a gift. So when you use them wisely, you are not just gaining reward, you are responding to an invitation. An invitation to come closer, to be forgiven, to be among those who are changed by this month. And when you see time in this way, it stops being something you pass through and becomes something you hold on to with care. So now, as each second passes, it carries meaning, it carries opportunity, it carries the chance to become better than you were a moment ago. And the question is not how much time is left, but how you choose to use the time that remains. Because in the end, it is not the length of Ramadan that will matter, it is what you filled it with. Ramadan was never meant to feel like every other month, yet for many people it slowly becomes exactly that. The first days arrive with excitement, a sense of renewal, a promise to be different this time. You begin with energy, with goals, with a heart that feels lighter and more connected. But as the days pass, something subtle begins to change. The routines settle in, the excitement fades. And without realizing it, Arabic Rat, Arabic Meme, Arabic Dada, Arabic Alif, Arabic Noon starts to blend into the same patterns that define the rest of the year. The same distractions return, the same habits creep back in, the same Arabic Waw, Arabic Gaf, Arabic Da, Arabic Dada, Arabic Alif, Arabic Amsatlayat. Arabic Cain fills the hours that were once meant for something greater. And this is where the real loss begins, not because Ramadan lost its value, but because you stopped treating it as something different. This month was never designed to be ordinary. It was meant to break your patterns, to interrupt your routine, to pull you out of your airy viruchika and place you in a space where change becomes easier. The hunger you feel is not just physical. It is meant to remind you of your dependence on Allah. The nights are not just longer. They are meant to give you a Arabic Fa, Arabic Sada, Arabic Tet Marbuta to stand, to reflect, to reconnect. The Quran feels different in Ramadan because your heart is more open, more receptive, more ready to listen. But when you allow Ramadan to become just another month, you lose all of that. You reduce something extraordinary into something average, and in doing so, you miss the transformation that was waiting for you. There is a danger in familiarity. When something becomes routine, it loses its impact. You stop noticing its value because it feels normal. And this is exactly what happens when Arabic Rat, Arabic Meme, Arabic Dada, Arabic Alif, Arabic Noon starts to feel like any other time. You fast but without deep reflection. You pray but without presence. You read Quran but without connection. Everything becomes a task to complete rather than an experience to live. And slowly the heart that was meant to awaken begins to fall back into sleep. Not because the opportunities are gone, but because you are no longer engaging with them in the way they deserve. If you step back for a moment, you will realize how different Ramadan actually is. The rewards are multiplied in ways you cannot comprehend. The gates of mercy are opened wide. The Arabic for Arabic Sada for forgiveness are constant, not occasional. Even the atmosphere feels different. There is a softness, a calmness, a sense that this is a time unlike any other. So when you allow yourself to treat it like any other month, you are not just missing out on rewards. You are missing out on an environment that was created specifically for your growth. An environment that makes it easier to leave sins, easier to do good, easier to come closer to Allah. Breaking out of this mindset requires awareness. It requires you to consciously remind yourself that these days are not normal days, that this time is not ordinary time, that what you do now carries more weight than what you do outside of Ramadan. And once you truly internalize that, your actions begin to change. You become more careful with your time, more intentional with your Arabic Keen, Arabic Bear, Arabic Talif, Arabic Dala, Arabic Ta, more Arabicate, Arabic Dada, Arabic Rat in your prayers. Because you understand that this is not something that will last forever. This is a temporary window, and once it closes, you cannot reopen it. And then comes the deeper realization. This is your final chance to change your story. Not in a dramatic, unrealistic way, but in a real, meaningful way that shapes who you are moving forward. Everyone carries a story, a collection of habits, mistakes, struggles, and choices that define their life so far. And for many people, that story feels stuck. The same sins repeated, the same patterns continued, the same distance from Allah maintained. It becomes easy to believe that this is just who you are, that change is too difficult, that transformation is meant for others, but not for you. But Ramadan was sent to break that belief. It was sent to show you that change is not only possible, but within your reach. And as it nears its end, it offers you something incredibly powerful. A chance to begin again, a chance to choose again, a chance to live again. A chance to live again, a chance to love again, a chance to be again. a final opportunity to decide how this chapter will close. Because no matter how your Ramadan started, you still have control over how it ends. And sometimes the ending is what defines the entire journey. Think about your story right now. The parts you are proud of and the parts you wish you could erase. The habits you struggle to leave. The Arabic king, Arabic ba, Arabic caliph, Arabic dala, Arabic caliph, Arabic caliph, Arabic caliph, Arabic ta. You struggle to maintain. Ramadan comes as an Arabic fa Arabic tet marbuta to rewrite those parts. Not by pretending they never existed, but by choosing a different direction moving forward. And the beauty of it is that even a small, sincere change can alter the course of your entire life. One habit left behind, one prayer performed consistently, one connection rebuilt with Allah, these may seem small, but they are the beginning of a new story. And the difficulty is not in knowing what needs to change. Deep down, you already know. You know the habits that pull you away from Allah. You know the moments where you choose comfort over effort. You know the areas where you could do better but choose not to. The challenge is in taking that knowledge and turning it into action. And this is where these final days become crucial. Because they are not just about continuing what you've been doing. They are about deciding what you will carry with you after Ramadan ends. A lot of people experience a spiritual high during Ramadan only to lose it once the month is over. The prayers become less frequent. The Quran returns to the shelf. The habits fade away. And the reason this happens is because the change was temporary, not intentional. It was tied to the environment of Ramadan, not rooted within the person. But you have the chance to do it differently. To take something from this month and make it a permanent part of your life. To let Ramadan be the beginning of change, not just a pause from your usual routine. This is why it is called your final chance. Not because change becomes impossible after Ramadan, but because this environment, this Arabic fa, Arabic rot, Arabic sada, Arabic tet marbuta, this ease will not be the same again. Right now, you are in the best possible conditions to change. Your heart is softer. Your connection is stronger. Your awareness is higher. And if you don't use this moment, it becomes much harder to create that change later on your own. And yet, there is hope in this realization. Because even if you feel like you haven't done enough so far, you still have time to make a meaningful shift. You don't need to fix everything at once. You don't need to become perfect overnight. You just need to choose one thing, one habit to leave, one Arabic king, Arabic ba, Arabic caliph, Arabic talif, Arabic ta to hold on to. One step that brings you closer to Allah. And if you can hold on to that after Ramadan ends, then your story has already begun to change. There is also a sense of accountability that comes with this. Because you cannot say you didn't have the opportunity. You cannot say you didn't know. Ramadan came to you with all its blessings, all its chances, all its reminders. And now, as it prepares to leave, it asks you one simple question. What did you do with what you were given? The answer to that question is not just about the past days. It is about what you choose to do now in these final moments. So don't let Ramadan end as just another chapter that came and went without impact. Let it be the point where something shifted within you, where you made a decision that you will not go back to who you were before, where you chose to take your relationship with Allah seriously. Because in the end, your story is still being written. And these last days may be the most important lines you add to it.